We are gathered here today, friends, for the Battle of Yeet versus Yeah. I've been waiting a minute to say that. Alright, you delightful human beings, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Writer, and today we are finally back from a little time off. I'm rejuvenated, refreshed, got to spend some quality time with my mom, and I'm happy to be back on the couch with y'all after the much-needed little breaksy poo. So quick thoughts on WrestlePalooza before we jump into this week's episode, because it's probably going to be more of our Vision Vortex in action, pretty much. That's what I would assume so, based on, like, what happened at WrestlePalooza, probably. Cody showing up on the show, and I think it's, well, because they've got, like, Crown Jewel coming up next month in Australia, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, WrestlePalooza, the Brock and Cena match in the main event, didn't care for those, but the middle of the show I quite enjoyed. The two tag team matches, the women's title match, quite enjoyed those matches. So I thought it was a very middle of the road show, but let me know what you thought of WrestlePalooza down in the comments down below. But I did have a very smooth viewing experience on the ESPN app, so just putting that all in the context. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts on WrestlePalooza and also the ESPN app. Oh, so on that note, we've got very much, probably much of the same tonight. Again, I feel like we're in limbo on this show, it feels like. I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but we'll have to see what happens moving forward tonight. So as per usual, grab your snacks, grab your choice of beverage, get comfy and cozy, make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, make sure that you're taking care of mental health, and make sure that you're checking in on your streaming subscriptions from time to time, because many of us are paying for things that we don't even use or use that often. So there is that. I basically have been kind of working on that throughout the summer months. So I think we're going to be good to go moving forward. Alrighty, friends, we've got Cody Rhodes out here. Cody, we've got a lot and also nothing to talk about because you're taking on Seth for the Crown Jewel title that is taking place in October at Crown Jewel in Australia. For the record, I don't know if we're actually going to make it for the live start. At 8 o'clock in the morning listen, it's a weekend. I sleep in on my days off. It really feels like we're in limbo because it's like Seth and company, they just come out here every week at the start of the show, and it's like the healthy rotation of other people involved. And Paul Heyman's back, so joyous occasion to that. Dude, Paul Heyman was like everywhere on that show on WrestlePalooza. Like, I understood why, I just didn't like it. But this is interesting because obviously Seth and Cody, they've got plenty of history going back like at least a couple of years, right? So I think this all makes sense, all the ups and downs with Seth and Cody, the bloodline shenanigans, WrestleMania 40, and then obviously earlier this year they had, you know, some conversations and stuff like that. So yeah, needless to say, they both got titles, but in vastly different situations, and both during SummerSlam weekend too. Again, very different circumstances. And obviously they had their trilogy too, including that crazy Hell in a Cell match. Well, with good reason, because Seth, I think he's only had, what, like, no, they both only had one title defense, my bad. I know what the internet thinks about me. Listen, Seth, I'm literally on my couch watching Netflix. I'm doing great, and you're doing great. They don't have the right to make decisions, what? I mean, we all have to make decisions in our own lives every single day, Seth. I don't know what we're going on about. If I wasn't allowed to make decisions, I'd be totally cooked. And well, I mean, really the only reason he doesn't have a championship, he referring to CM Punk, of course, is because of Seth and that Money in the Bank cash-in. Like, that's how that whole thing works. With that whole injury situation, Cody's looking at him like, you've lost all sense of the plot. It's complicated. That's what Cody said. See, Cody's bringing up all this continuity. Thank you, Cody. We appreciate that. That's what I've been saying. Like, we like Seth. It's just very complicated right now, and just this whole Vision situation just ain't it. Okay, Cody might be onto something. Do you like you? Paul Heyman, I'm a goon. Paul Heyman, you have been ruining people's lives on our stories for how long now? This man's at like the epicenter of everything. He's the through line. Well, because what he was saying was true though, Seth. Like, why fight it? Doesn't it take multiple people to lead, like, wrestling into a new era? Okay, so the Vision is an idea of what the future could look like. I mean, we're getting somewhere with the visionless Vision, okay? We're getting somewhere, I feel like. It's like we just go like one step forward and like 5 steps back. Cody will be Seth's quarterback. Okay. But Cody doesn't need a team, at least not right now. I mean, he's had a lot of help over the course of, well, the last couple years, right? I mean, WrestleMania 40, but like sometimes that just needs needs to happen. The Prime mover. I mean, well, somebody's got to move Prime. Prime sales are just terrible right now. Listen, I had to. No shame. Cody's asking all the real questions. Oh, snap. See, like, I feel like Seth needs to win this match here with him versus Cody now because of that logic. Because, yeah, I don't think that Seth actually beat Cody in any of those 3 matches. I think Cody did go 3-0, right? So, I mean, like, yeah, I think this makes sense. And how is Cody going to get backstage when you got Braun and Bronson Brigade right there? Does this mean that we're temporarily going to see people going back and forth between both shows over the next couple weeks? Why is Paul trying to get Braun Breaker, like, back? You know? Like, what? At least Cody's watching his back, though. He's, like, looking over his shoulder. Cody, keep your eyes, like, just glued. Okay, there we go. Just keep looking backwards. Keep looking all around, Cody. We don't know who's going to jump who at this point. Okay, Saturday, October 11th. Alrighty, well, this whole situation happened. Definitely more interested where Seth and Cody are going to go moving forward. I'm kind of interested to see who's going to win that match. I feel like Seth needs to win that match, but that might be a me thing. I don't know, but just again, based on the vibes, I get that Seth's gonna win, but I don't think he's gonna win cleanly. But it does beg the question of like, okay, now that we've got this kind of like champion versus champion situation and some of these major arcs kind of like going back and forth, presumably between the 2 shows over the next couple weeks, I just want to know what happens. I need answers. But overall, I thought this was okay. I'm glad that we were able to kind of revisit a lot of the history with Seth and Cody and stuff. So I'm looking forward to the match. I want to see these 2 versions kind of going back and forth against each other. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this matchup, but yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up. I mean, it was a little bit fresh, so I'll take that as a win. Listen, I think Braun and Bronson Brigade were kicking off the show, what, the last 2 to 3 weeks or something like that? I don't remember, but this was a little different, and I'm okay with that. Alrighty, friends. We've got New Day and Grayson versus War Raiders and Penta. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how we're gonna get Ivar out of the ring there, but, well, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Oh, did you see Ivar there at Xavier Woods? Oh my god. Okay, that all just happened. Okay, so I know the match started, and I know it's no DQ, but like, do we have to do all the tags in and out? It's still a 6-man tag match, right? I don't know if I'm following along or anything. Oh, hey, Grayson's got the right idea. He's taking advantage of the stipulation of it being no DQ. Oh, and well, Penta just took care of Grayson there. Erica's just like, what do you want? It's a match. Like, we want the win, right? I think that's it. I don't know. That's what I would assume. There we go, Ivar. Oh, snap. Okay. Oh, that just happened. That was cool. So Penta dove to the outside of the ring to clear house, and then Ivar just took care of Grayson right into that, like, LED screen on the side of the ring. That was cool. Also, Grayson's wearing pants. I think we just usually see him in the shorts. Like, is this like a first time that we're seeing this? I forgot to unpause this. Oh, dear Lord. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot to unpause this. But there were some fun little moments in this match. The ending was crazy with Penta just like doing the Mexican Destroyer from the top rope there on Grayson Waller. So that happened. Yeah, there was a whole lot that happened in this match, but I did enjoy it and I was entertained. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. Again, apologies because, well, I forgot to press the unpause button to continue the recording after the break. We're doing great. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I haven't done a reaction video in like a week and a half now. I'm doing great. Alrighty, friends, we got Stephanie Vaquer out here, and the fans are chanting you deserve it. I'd agree. And she looks great with the title. She really does. Her and Iyo really brought it at WrestlePalooza. That's just awesome. That was just a really cool moment though, like because they did have that little moment at WrestlePalooza where she got to celebrate with her dad and everything. I loved it. Again, it's just the little personal things I love seeing. I want to know who's gonna be first to challenge her. This is gonna be good. Obviously we have the crown jewel thing, right? Yep, okay, there we go. All right, we got more pyro and everything. Did they increase the pyro budget? Like, is that what ESPN basically did and what Netflix did? I don't know, but we're getting a lot more pyro than usual. I want to think it's maybe ESPN probably, right? I don't know. I'm just tossing out ideas. But either way, this was a good little moment. And again, I'm excited to see where Stephanie Vaquer goes with this women's world title. And should be interesting to see who will win the women's title on SmackDown on Friday. Because it's either going to be Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, or Jade Cargill. They're having a big old triple threat match and that sort of thing. I get the feeling that Stephanie's probably going to win no matter what. I don't know. That's just my early prediction right now. Just mainly because she's still very new with the title. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Honestly, I just want to see who she'll be feuding with first, to be honest. It'll be interesting. And of course, whatever happens with this crown jewel situation. Alrighty, people. Well, we just got the announcement for Rhea versus Asuka in the main event tonight, so that's very exciting, and I'm very suspicious about the rest of the show as a result. But we've got Bayley and Roxanne here. Of course, Bayley's been undergoing this, like, sort of, like, character shift a little bit, so that's been interesting to see, and also seeing her and Lyra kind of, like, back into their little story, so that's good, too. Roxanne and, Raquel, they're still involved in all the Judgment Day shenanigans, and yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on here. And weren't we supposed to get like a proper Bayley and Roxanne feud like earlier this year? Because I remember that whole situation happened over on NXT and everything, and it kind of spilled over onto Raw a little bit. Yeah, give us a proper little feud. Oh, Roxanne just caught Bayley right there. Oh, huge suplex right there for Bayley. Bayley, of course, also brought the I Am a Hugger shirt from the NXT era. Oh, there we go. Some of the mannerisms there too. Okay. I mean, that's one way to do it. You gotta wear down your opponent. Roxanne has the right idea. Okay, well, I guess we're going to commercial now, so that's exciting. I'm gonna remember it this time. Alrighty, people, I remembered to unpause the recording this time, so yay, go team. Anyway, we're back from the break. We're back from the break, and Bayley is in firm control here. Beautiful elbow to Roxanne. Oh boy, what's happening here? What's Roxanne doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay, a little bit of a takedown right there. Okay, off the top rope. Nice double knees there to Bayley. And a kick out at 2. Oh, huge kick right there. We're on the outside of the ring. Okay, but like, you need to get her back inside the ring to win the match, right? Okay, well, it looks like Roxanne's getting back in the ring. I mean, listen, Raquel had the right idea. She was like, hey, you need to get back inside the ring here. Oh, Bayley's moving a little bit. Oh, there we go. Barely, but she made it. Oh, there's Raquel now. Oh, Lyra's right there. Lyra's right there. Oh, nope. Lyra just got Raquel in the post there. Okay, Roxanne just took out Lyra. Stay out of my way. Oh no, Bayley's right behind you. Bayley's right behind you. Oh, there we go. Okay, Bayley, get that offense in. I think Bayley snapped. I think that's pretty fair to say. Oh yeah, no, Roxanne's done. Alrighty, Bayley won the match. This was a pretty serviceable matchup. It kept things going with Bayley, Lyra, and just that whole transformation that's going on with Bayley, so I'm okay with it. Pretty short, sweet, to the point, but it did what it needed to accomplish, and it furthered things along. So because it understood the assignment, I'll give it a thumbs up. Okay, so there was a whole situation just now with Bayley kind of shoving Lyra at the end of that match, but nonetheless, we have another situation right here, and we need to talk about another situation on our hands. We've got so many situations going on. So at the start of the show, when they were showing everybody kind of walking into the building and stuff like that, there was a moment where I think LA Knight was walking into the building, and there was this whole situation with Rusev going after Dominic Mysterio, and that made sense because Rusev's kind of targeting Dominic Mysterio to go after that Intercontinental Championship. And so that's how we got into this whole situation here. Dominic Mysterio, of course, the Devil Champion. He's got the AAA Mega World Championship. I think that's what it's called. Wow, I was actually right. The AAA Mega Championship. Wow. But anyway, Dom's a double champion nonetheless. Also, why are we not like having tag team title matches? This is literally where we were at like the last year or two. Like once the Judgment Day gets those tag team titles, it's like those tag team titles just don't exist. Okay, well JD's going after Rusev. Okay, on the apron. Okay, he's got the right idea. But okay, yep, there's Rusev. I wouldn't be mad at Rusev becoming the IC champion, to be honest, you know, because this man just destroys people, so I think that by logic makes sense. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying this Dom solo arc. Oh man, look at that welt that JD's got on his side there. Oh my lord. Okay friends, we're back from the commercial break. JD's on the offense now at this point. Anyway, nice DDT there from JD to Rusev. Rusev needs to just destroy half this roster probably. What was that headbutt there from JD? What just happened there? Nice moonsault right there. Some of these elbows just sound like they hurt. Oh, well, Rusev just kicked JD. Yeah, I think Rusev might have it, friends. I think Rusev might have it. But JD's been really just like crushing it in this match, though. Dom's not helping. This is interesting. Oh, well, there's Finn Balor now. Well, that makes sense because, I mean, well, they're the tag team champions. And Dom and the Judgment Day, they haven't been on the best of terms for months. Or I don't know if they've, I don't know what's happening here. Why are you helping him out? Like, you didn't even even help him. Thank you, Finn. Finn was saying what we were all thinking. Again, will we have a situation where we finally break up the Judgment Day? Could that be on our hands? I don't know. But we did have an interesting bit over on NXT with like Finn making an appearance and everything, and the old music, because it was like the homecoming show. It was a whole thing. So I don't know. There could be some foreshadowing along the way there. I don't know. Either way, this was a decent matchup. JD really got a chance to shine in this match, so I was really okay with that. And the ending was interesting with good old Dom. So we'll have to see what happens. But overall, this was a pretty decent little matchup. Again, Rusev just destroys people at this point, and JD did a good job. So I'll give this a thumbs up, and also because of the drama that we had along the way too. Mainly towards like the end and after the match. We are gathered here today, friends, for the Battle of Yeet versus Yeah. I've been waiting a minute to say that. But man, oh man, Jey Uso went right for LA Knight there. And we're supposed to cheer for Jey. You know, it's interesting that they've had him interacting with Jimmy and Cody kind of throughout the night, trying to kind of get us to kind of like sympathize with him a little bit. But remember, he was, teaming up with Roman there for a little bit and getting influenced by Roman again. Very interesting. Meanwhile, LA Knight's just doing his own thing. Oh, LA Knight almost had him there. Attitude change for Jey. What? Remember how we teamed with Roman heading into SummerSlam? I don't know. Being around Roman again kind of shifted things for him a little bit. That's what I would think anyway, right? Anywho, both Jey and LA are on the outside of the ring as we go to the break. Alrighty, we're back from the break. Jey is on the offense right here. See, note how it was Jey that wanted a match with LA. I'm just saying, I mean, the man speared LA Knight, so that would add up. But, like, they've both had, like, problems with the vision and everything. Like, I don't know. Oh, okay, the suplex just happened. But, oh my god, did you see WrestlePalooza with that whole situation with Jey at the end of the match? Oh my god, he was, like, bleeding everywhere. This is just great. This is, again, what makes this stuff, like, worth it as a fan, right? When you get to interact and do the back and forth chants. I mean, that's gotta be a fun one. You gotta go and do the both. You kind of gotta do both chants because we're supposed to technically cheer for both of them. But there we go. All right, we got LA Knight. Huge move on Jey in the middle of the ring. Now, the real question is who gets custody of the Slim Jim table or the commercial? Because they're both in the commercial. I'm just saying. Oh no, we're on the outside of the ring again. Oh no. Oh no. Super kick and LA Knight kicked out. Again, like I've been saying, I'm really curious to see where the fans are gonna align for this, to be honest. Because I mean, it's quite clear that the crowd likes both of them, right? So I still smell some shenanigans at some point. And there's Braun and Bronson Brigade. We were having a good time. Oh, and there's that spear again. Like, okay. So it took 2 moves to get rid of LA Knight. I don't know. I'm not buying this one. Again, I'm a bit biased over here, but I'm not buying this one. I mean, it did take Braun and Bronson Brigade to interfere in this whole situation, so I don't know. Where does this put LA Knight at? Does this keep him within the Vision Vortex or something? What happens with Jey next? Because, like, he was supposed to go after the Vision again. I don't know. I don't even know if the fans were totally feeling it either. It looks like we could have another possible Jey and Jimmy situation, now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Because Jimmy seems like he's wanting to do the right thing and help LA Knight out a little bit, right? Like, as we're seeing right here. But then Jay's like, nope, I don't want any of this. I might be misreading this whole situation, though. Paul Heyman's like holding Braun Breaker's hand. He's like, no, don't go in there. What is Paul Heyman doing out there? This could be a swerve. I don't know. I'm very suspicious about this whole situation. We got an OTC chant, which, again, is interesting. Again, I know that we went through the arc and everything, but it's still like, okay. You know what I mean? I don't know. This whole situation's been a little interesting, to say the least, because it's like Jimmy's the one that's trying to do the right thing, and he was the one that initially turned on Jey and was staying with Roman for a while. Jey wanted to kind of leave and do his own thing, and now it's like the roles are kind of reversed, with Jimmy trying to do the right thing and Jey kind of leaning more heelish territory. Because I'm like sitting here like, okay, there's still got to be this 4th person to the Vision, right? Like on the men's side of things, because they've got to go after the mid-card title, presumably. Why don't Braun and Bronson Brigade go after these tag team titles? At least they'd be on the show every week. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't they just go get the tag team titles? They're destroying half these people. Get some more gold in the group. I've already got Becky with the women's IC title, Seth with the world title. Get more titles. Come on. I'm rooting so hard for Braun and Bronson Brigade, but I'm rooting for at least LA Knight a little bit harder. I think that's fair to say at this point. I just like those three in the mix with each other. I don't know. I'm entertained by it. Anyway, we've got a whole situation about to go down here with Asuka and Rhea Ripley in the main event. But overall, again, I'm very suspicious about anything involving Braun and Bronson Brigade. Paul Heyman. Anytime that man's on the screen, you can't trust where anything's going. And yeah, I overall enjoyed this matchup, but it's going to be a little interesting to kind of see where LA Knight kind of falls into the mix. I kind of see him as kind of this more in-between character almost. Like, you know, everybody loves the dude, but like he just does his own thing. I don't know. That's the vibe I get. Either way, we're going to give this a big old thumbs up because we finally got the Battle of Yeet versus Yeah. And I hope we get another installment at some point. Sans shenanigans. Alrighty, friends, we've got Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Of course, these two have been involved in the whole Iyo, Kyrie, just everything pretty much. We did have some backstage segments with Rhea and Iyo, that there was everything going on with Stephanie Vaquer in the back after she got to the backstage area. I think Nikki Bella was also there for a minute too. So like all these people are connected in some shape or form. So I'm interested in this whole situation, to be honest with y'all, because at least everyone's interconnected in this whole thing, and the title's floating around it, but it's not the main story. But I love Asuka, I love Rhea, so I'm gonna enjoy this matchup. I will say I'm really enjoying these early start times that we're getting. I so appreciate it because we started at like 7 o'clock today. We're doing it next week at 7 o'clock too. So it means we're gonna be done by like 9:30, which is pretty solid to be honest. And we're already off. Oh, we're really off to a first break. We barely got into the match, but okay. Well, I mean, I get it because of the entrances. Alrighty, we're back from the break. Asuka's in firm control here, and it looks like Asuka's got Rhea in the middle of the ring here. There was a little bit of a move right there that kind of took Rhea like down there, and like her knee might not have been doing too great. I don't know. Rhea was trying to go after Asuka right there, but she couldn't get her. I guess they were saying on commentary that these two haven't faced each other since like I think December of 2022, and I'm like, wow, that long? But then I remembered, I think like they were both out, especially Asuka. Asuka was out for like over a year there, and Rhea was out with an injury too. So I mean, that would make some sense. Plus, well, Rhea was in the Judgment Day vortex for some time there. I mean, really, just Rhea and Asuka are just so good. There's no other way around it. Oh, Asuka with the counter, Asuka with the counter. But yeah, like Rhea just gets some crazy reactions there with the crowd, which is just awesome. So the headlines are so shady in the lower third tonight. It's like Jey Uso defeats LA Knight and doesn't help him against Braun and Bronson after the match. They're so shady. Intentional or not, I don't know why, but I thought that was funny. But we've got quite a show on our hands for next week too, and I'm just here enjoying the main event. At least we're getting a little bit of a switcheroo. At least, you know, this is the main event and not like Braun and Bronson Brigade. But I mean, again, you never know. They could pull a swerve on us at the end of the night. There could be something going down backstage. We don't know. I wouldn't rule out anything. Alrighty, here we go. Rhea's back in firm control here from what it looks like, I think. Okay, well, I guess we're going to another break here as Rhea was just like looking into the camera there on the outside of the ring, because I think she and Asuka ended up outside the ring there, so that all happened. Oh no, they're back in the middle of the ring, and that did not look good at all. So there was just like this big superplex just now, and just ouch. Like my back hurts just watching this. Oh, she just like slapped Asuka right there. She's like slapping her. I know it's more like an open hand punch type situation, but still, it looked like she was slapping her there. Oh, missed the kick there. Asuka with the elbow, but Rhea with an elbow of her own. Okay. Asuka's got the armbar locked in. Asuka ducked out of the way there, and Rhea landed in the corner right into the ring post, and Asuka with a kick. Listen, I don't know how Rhea or Asuka are just like hanging in there at this point, but I mean they're two of the best, so I mean that explains a lot. Oh, did you see that? What was that? Okay, well Asuka just like went right for Rhea right there, but now Kyrie's looking at Rhea because Rhea's on the outside of the ring. Kyrie's not going after Rhea. Oh no, now we're right by the commentary table. But yeah, I think that is important to file away that Kyrie wasn't going after Rhea, and now Asuka's kind of yelling at her now. Oh, huge strike right there from Rhea to Asuka. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Asuka just got Rhea's leg there. Now we got the submission locked in. Did you see that counter? Or at least like how Asuka just kind of swiftly got Rhea into the submission. That was impressive. Oh my god. Rhea, what was that? I don't care. That was awesome. Again, Rhea Ripley's just cool. I don't know what we're watching at this point. We got a "this is awesome" chant for this matchup, and we had one for the last match too. And I would have to agree. Which means that the ending is going to be full of shenanigans, right? I can smell it from here. But I want to know what's going to happen with Kairi here. She was hesitating earlier, but I don't think she's going to hesitate here. I don't know. Well, she's right on the apron. Oh, but Rhea caught Kairi there. And Rhea ducked out of the way and Asuka got Kairi. Oh, sneaky pin. I mean, we had some shenanigans involved at the end, but it wasn't fully shenanigans induced. So I will take that as a win. Oh, now there's the mist. Dude, that is a lot of mist. Like, because it's like really covering up like Rhea, like pretty much most of the front and like up into her hair and like hands and everything. How much mist was there? Again, Kairi's on the attack here, but she was hesitating there for a little bit, so I think we need to file that away for a minute. And here comes Iyo. Everybody just loves Iyo too. You can't trust anybody on this show, Iyo. We've established this in the lore. Oh, yep, there we go. Asuka just turned on Iyo here. And now Kairi's right in the middle of it. I mean, this little standalone match would be fun though. I think we could all agree with that, right? It's a little fresh, a little interesting. And it's got 4 awesome people in this match, so I mean I'm okay with this direction, to be honest. And it's been building for weeks and weeks and weeks now, and there's that thread between Iyo and Rhea that's been kind of like overarching this entire time, so there's that. And kind of look at Kairi's facial expressions, like she'll do it, but she just doesn't want to do it. It's giving off that energy, I think, where she's really torn kind of in the middle. She doesn't like following orders from Asuka, but she has to do it. So it's an interesting dynamic, to say the least. And I would like to see a standalone feud at some point with Asuka and Kairi to kind of like go off of that. Again, it's a little different, a little fresh. I can get behind that. But yeah, overall, this was a good matchup. The crowd was into it, especially as we got towards the end there. I also really enjoyed Kairi's involvement too. Again, just seeing her kind of be kind of just more in the middle where, you know, again, like she doesn't want to follow Asuka's orders, but she kind of has to. And just seeing her so torn up and everything, just like, oh, I don't know which side to go with. I know this isn't right, but I got to follow this, like that kind of dynamic, I think. So I'm really interested to see where this whole situation is going to go moving forward. I feel like we're probably going to get this as like a tag team match possibly. And then I would like to eventually run back those individual matches. I'd like for us to get to Asuka versus Iyo on its own. I'd like for us to get to Asuka versus Kairi. And then, of course, at some point, we will have to circle back to Iyo versus Rhea in some shape or form. Because, again, that whole thread is like Iyo has always been Rhea pretty much, and that's how we kind of got, like, you know, that is kind of our big overarching theme there, kind of like a shadow in the background. There's a lot of respect there, but Rhea has never defeated Iyo. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a big old thumbs up. I quite enjoyed the match, and I want to see where things are going. Alrighty, friends, so overall, I thought we kind of sort of freshened things up just a scotch, just a little bit, at least in terms of the order of everything this week, which I appreciated. I mean, Cody coming back for a week made sense because of the whole Crown Jewel match, and it's like champion versus champion for the Crown Jewel Championship. That only comes out for Crown Jewel. We get a few photos with it, and like nothing happens after that. But yeah, overall the matches were good. I enjoyed Rusev versus JD. I thought they worked really well together. The 6-man tag match was pretty entertaining for what it was. Again, I know we missed like most of that match because I forgot to unpause the recording, so that was a me thing. Again, we're getting back into the swing of things with the reactions and stuff. But I also enjoyed the LA Knight and Jey Uso match. Again, like that whole situation my brain is bamboozled by that ending because I'm like, didn't Jey kind of get destroyed at WrestlePalooza? And like, I guess they were trying to justify the whole situation with how LA Knight was like refereeing everything, which I mean, he was lenient, but like, he just doesn't like anybody probably at this point. I wouldn't trust anybody at this point, to be honest, in that whole situation. But yeah, that all happened. Again, I want to see what's going to happen with Jimmy and Jey, but again, they're going to have a Tornado tag team rematch next week with the Usos versus the Brawns. So that could go 10 different directions probably. I still think there's a 4th person in there. I know Becky's technically the 4th person of the Vision, but I think there's at least one more person that we're going to see get added to this group sooner rather than later. I'm very suspicious. But yeah, and then the main event was good with Asuka and Rhea. And then we had everything happen at the end. Kyrie was interesting as well because I want to see what she's going to do, because she kind of seemed like very torn and just, oh, I kind of don't want to do this, but I kind of have to do this because I'm kind of afraid of Asuka pretty much. So I don't know. I find that whole story kind of interesting. So we'll have to see what happens moving forward. But yeah, again, a lot of stuff kind of felt like, okay, this is still happening. Judgment Day needs to break up. Like, we still have a lot of the same. And I think, again, we at least had like a different order to the show, which I think kind of helped this week. And again, with the Vision, it's been feeling like we're in limbo a little bit. And I'm like, okay, at least we're not ending the show in limbo at this point. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Monday Night Raw down in the comments down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notifications around here and that sort of thing. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.